So this is a Lunar Delta RS, just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker you have your two gas bottle tie downs, your leg winder and your motor mover engagement bar. We'll demonstrate the motor mover to you while you're here on site. You've got your gas regulator on the bulkhead. We do have the gas pipe available should you need to buy some. Coming down the side of the caravan, we've got our Aldi heating and hot water flue. You don't need to do anything with this, you leave it exactly as it is. Essentially the same as a flue as what you have on the side of your house. Either side of the van at the bottom you have your wind down legs to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. They are only there for stabilising, not lifting the van. Then got our water pump connection, blue button down and pull the pump out, and blue button down and push it into the side of the van to connect the pump in place. You've then got your pickup pipe that needs to be fully submerged in the water prior to turning the water pump on. Like I said, if you don't have it fully submerged, you can draw up air into the water system. You've then got your battery box and your mains power lead coming into the side of the van. So your mains power lead connects to the power on site, and your battery connects to the two quick release terminals on top. You then got your motor mover and wheel nuts. We'll torque the wheel nuts prior to the caravan leaving site, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover. On the side of the van, you've got your water system at the front with your fresh water coming in. And down the side here, you've got your two grey waste pipes. You open these up, put your two bits of grey pipe into these large diameter holes, and they'll drop down inside the waste master, and that is where your wastewater will come out once it's been through the sinks and the shower. Towards the back of the van, you've got your toilet flush tank. You open this up, you put 3.5 litres of water in and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use, and that is how you flush the toilet system. And in the bottom, you will find your toilet waste cassette. You pull up the orange handle and pull the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees, tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. On the back of the cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. In this cassette, you'll need to put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid. Back of the van, you've got your two wind down legs to stabilise the van while it's on site. You've then got your storage locker for underneath the bed at the rear of the van. Your two fridge vents are very simply there to allow the hot air at the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in. And behind one of those you'll also find a gas flue for when the fridge is running on gas. You've got a storage locker at the front of the van, which is called a wet storage locker, so you can have wet accessories in there. And you've got a 3-pin socket in there as well, so you can have power coming out to your awning, and a barbecue gas point. And behind that door you'll find the last wind down leg. Going on to the inside of the caravan now. You've got your main control panel as you walk in the door on the left hand side. So you've got your master power switch, which needs to be on. You've got your voltmeter for your battery level on the caravan. You've got your awning light for the outside of the caravan. You've got your interior lights, which allow the central lights in the van to come on. You've got your water pump run, and then you've got your internal or external water pump fill, which I'll explain in a moment, along with the water pump. The first thing you're going to need to do when you come into the caravan is to make sure that all the taps are open on the hot side of the water system, because you should drain down the caravan after each use of the van. You have all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. As you can see, we've already filled the system on this van just to speed up the process. You do the same with the taps in the bathroom also. Then you'll come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the van. Underneath here you will find a yellow valve. That yellow valve needs to be flat with the floor as it is at the moment to allow you to fill the water system up, and upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat to drain the water system down. So parallel with the floor to fill the system up, upright towards the bottom of the seat to drain the system down. With that yellow valve flat with the floor, you can then come over to the opposite side of the caravan. In the cupboard on the opposite side, you will find your onboard water storage tank. Now, to drain that down, you need to pull this plunger out that you see in the centre here. To fill the system up, you need to make sure that plunger is completely down and pushed into place. So to fill either of these systems up, you'll need all the taps open, as I said. Then if you want to fill the internal water tank, which is the one underneath the seat on the left hand side here at the front of the van, you'll put the switch to internal and turn the water pump on. As you see, once the water system is full, you'll have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan. If you want to run from the external pump, you can also do that by switching the switch here to the external option. Now what that'll do is it'll pull the water from the aqua roll straight into the hot water tank that is on the front right hand side of the caravan with the yellow valve next to it. When you are running the water system, you can put this switch back in the central position and then turn your water pump or have your water pump on. But that's once both tanks are full or either tank is full. Put the switch back in the centre, leave your pump on, and as you can see then, you'll have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan. Once you have that water running continuously out of every tap on board the van, you can shut all the taps back off and you can start thinking about warming the water on board the van. So once that water system is filled, you can come over to the Aldi heating and hot water control panel on the opposite side of the caravan, and to enter it you press store reset. Now in the top left hand corner here you'll see that the heating and hot water is all currently turned off, so you need to, when this icon is flashing, press on and it will go to the on option. If we come across to the right, we then have our option for room temperature. At the moment it's set to 30 degrees. We've got minus or plus to set the room temperature. Obviously on a day like today, as it's 37 degrees inside this caravan currently, it will not automatically kick in. It will only be when the temperature sees below the 30 degrees. I'm going to turn it back down again, so the heating's turned off now. All the way down to 5 degrees, and that is the heating turned off. We come across to the right when you've got the icons flashing at the top here, and you've got your option to run your hot water. So you've got hot water off or hot water on, depending on what you want to do with the heating and hot water system. Like I said, if you've got the hot water on, then it will warm up on whichever power source you have selected. So talking of power sources, the next one across we have is the option to run gas. Now the gas system will self-ignite on board the caravan should you want to turn it on. So once you've got the icon flashing for the gas symbol, you'll have off here, or you've got on that appears on the screen just here. The next one across is the amount of electricity coming into the caravan. So you've got the option of 1 or 2 kilowatts in this particular van, or off completely. So if you're off grid, you can just run it on gas. If you're on grid with the mains power supply, you can run it on 1 or 2 kilowatts depending on what caravan site you're on. If you're not sure what to set this to, ask your site office when you arrive on your holiday and they should be able to advise you of this. I'm going to turn that off for now, as I don't think we need any of it on today. Down the bottom of the screen here you will see some advanced options. Now for these we do advise you read the manual fully that comes with the caravan prior to going into these settings. If you turn something off in here, you can potentially turn off the heating and hot water completely in this control panel, and it may need to come back to us for that to be reset. So like I said, please just do read the manual completely before trying to change the settings at all. Next up, we're going to come to our microwave. The microwave works very much like a household microwave, though you do need to remember, while you are travelling down the road, you need to remove the microwave plate from inside of the microwave. The hob, grill and oven will only, the hob electric ring will only work on mains power. The rest of the hob will work on the gas as you'd expect it to, with your gas cooker, gas grill and then 3 gas rings on top. I should have said, sorry, the microwave again will only work when you've got 240 mains connected to the caravan. Below the microwave you have the fridge. To turn the fridge on, you've got the power button here on the front. You press the button in. The fridge will load up. So the first option you're seeing here is the option to run gas. Now if it fails to ignite on gas, the little blue light you see at the bottom here will start flashing to indicate it has failed. If that blue light stays lit, solidly lit, then it means it has stayed ignited. If it fails to ignite, you'll also see a 9 and a spanner symbol on this screen on the right hand side. You can control the temperature of the fridge with the button on the right hand side here also, and you can also do the same with the mains power option. As you can see, now the more amount of these bars you have lit up, the colder the fridge is going to be. Next one across is your 12 volt power supply. Now a lot of people think this is a 12 volt supply coming from the caravan itself. It is not. It is the 12 volt supply from the car that you are towing the vehicle with, and it will only work if you have the correct connection on the back of your car. If you do not have the correct connection, then it will not allow the 12 volt to work. 12 volt cool box option to work on the fridge. Going to the back of the caravan now and show you the toilet system. The toilet system is very easy to use. On top of the toilet you have an electric flush. On the back of the toilet you'll see a red indicator light that will illuminate red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan, it needs to be back in the straight on position, as you see here. Then below the toilet you'll also see the grey waste handle. The grey waste handle needs to be pushed into the open position when you are using the waste cassette, which is the position it's in now. And then when you're not using the toilet, we do advise you put it back in the central position. You will need to make sure this flap is back in the central position when you are removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan. If you don't, you could potentially break the toilet waste cassette, which could cause you a bit of a problem while you're away on holiday. Radiator in the bathroom, please be aware the radiators do hold heat for quite a long time after they've been used, so bear that in mind, especially if you're going to have little ones inside the van. Last thing I'm going to show you on this particular van is where the 240 trip switches are and the 12 volt fuses. So underneath the cabinet on the front right hand side again, you'll see, you need to have this switch on here for your heating and hot water to also work. Then next to that, you'll see you have your 240 trip switches on the right hand side here, and then your 12 volt fuses on the left hand side, which are all individually marked with what each fuse should be. A little bit of a tip for you: if you arrive on site and you connect to mains power and you're not sure if you've got mains power coming in, hit the test switch. If this switch drops down, it means there is mains power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. If it stays in the upright position, then it means there is no mains power coming into the caravan from the site you're on. So that is the Lunar caravan. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to ask us here at the Caravan Company, or give us a call when you're away on your holidays. We appreciate the business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thank you again. Bye bye.